Welcome to Santa Barbara and the CCL Baseball on the Foresters Broadcast Network. Today is game one of a two-game set between the Santa Barbara Foresters and the SLO Blues. I'm Hunter Shoemaker, and we welcome you to Eddie Matthews Field. Today is the fifth meeting of the year between the Foresters and the Blues. And let's take a look at the starting lineup for the SLO Blues. Leading off in center field, Cesar Chavez batting second at first base. C.J. Moran. Brendan Comerford is at third base. In the middle, Johnny Rodriguez is the DH. Diego Murillo is at short. Miles Mader is the catcher. On the back end, Kosei Suzuki is in right. Dom Nahar is in left, and Diego Gonzalez is at second. Troy Cooper gets the start. And today, Nick Wesolowski has the ball on the hill for the Foresters, and he gets us underway. Thanks for joining us on the Foresters Broadcast Network. It's a called strike to Chavez, 0-1. Chavez hitting .328 this season. That's over to Chris Newstrom. 2 pitches, 1 away in the first. Let's take a look at the defense today for the Santa Barbara. Easton Mumaz at third. Chris Newstrom is at shortstop. Joe Sandusky is at second. Carter Rutenbar holds down first base. Zane Becker does the catching. Addison Klepsch is in left field today. Brady Janusic straight away in center. Kurt Ippolito is out in right. So with one down, the batter is Moran with the bases clear. That's to the right side. Rutenbar, Weslowski covers. Good play, 2 down. So 2 out, and the batter is Brendan Comerford. We haven't even touched on the starter today for the Foresters, Nick Weslowski. Well, the first time that he started this year for the Foresters, who was it against? It was against the SLO Blues on the 11th, exactly a week ago, when Santa Barbara routed the Blues 10-2. Again, this is meeting number 5 on the year, with the Foresters leading the season series 3-1. So a 2 down, ball upstairs to Brendan Comerford. And it's now 2-0. Comerford, a .290 hitter for a SLO Blues team that enters today 27-12. This is game number 40 for the SLO Blues this year. They have played 7 more games than the Santa Barbara Foresters. And Comerford gets ahead 3-0 with Johnny Rodriguez standing on deck. That's in there at 89, 3-1. And what Weslowski did in his first start, 4 shutout innings on just 2 hits. He struck out 2. He picked up the decision in that game on the road. Gets himself back in the count, 3-2. The inning ends with a strikeout, and the Blues go in order. A clean start for Nick Weslowski through a half scoreless. Foresters coming up.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Foresters fans love to watch a winning team. Like the Foresters, Coastal Copy has also put together a winning team. For more than 50 years, the friendly folks at Coastal Copy have been your local source for copiers, printers, and equipment service for businesses of all sizes. Call them today at 800-995-8835 or visit coastalcopy.com. Coastal Copy is proud to be a sponsor of the Foresters radio family and of the Hugs for Cubs. Coastal Copy and the Foresters, second to none.
Bottom of the first, Foresters coming up, scoreless game. Let's take a look at the lineup today for the Sturs. Leading off in at first base, Carter Rutenbar batting second. In left, Addison Klepsch. In the 3 spot at short, Chris Newstrom. In the middle, the DH is Cole Chamberlain. Easton Mumon is at third. Kurt Ippolito is in right. On the back end, Brady Janusic is in center. Zane Becker does the catching, and Joe Sandusky rounds out the starting order. He is at second base today for the Sturs, and they're facing a starting right-hander, Troy Cooper. Third start of the year for the right-hander, and Cooper, 8 2/3 innings pitched, 1 run on 5 hits he has allowed. He has walked 2 and struck out 10. So more Ks than innings pitched this year for Troy Cooper, boasts a 1.04 ERA. 5th meeting of the year, Blues Foresters. The last meeting was just on the 14th, 4 days back. The Foresters held on to a 5-4 win over the Blues. Behind Jack Fowler's start going 5, and Luke Cornelison not in the lineup today. 2 1/3 in relief, picked up the save. Came in clutch down the stretch for the Foresters. So here we are in the bottom of the first. Rutenbar leads it off for SB. First pitch is in there at 90 from Cooper, strike 1. That's into center field, and the ball game starts with a single for the Foresters. And for Rutenbar yesterday, he had the day off. Aiden Camberg was behind the plate. It's great seeing Aiden back in the lineup after an injury earlier this month. So the one on, nobody out. The batter is Klepsch. And Addy finds himself in the 2-hole today. When the Foresters last played the Blues, he was batting 5th. And in that game, his first home run of the season. And with that early check by Cooper on Rutenbar, we'll have to watch the running game. These are the two top teams in terms of running in the entire league. The Foresters have stolen 123. The Blues have stolen 99. And actually, in the last meeting, the Foresters did not steal a base. Even though they did not run, drew a lot of attention from any pitcher on the hill over to what's going on in the base pass. Well, there goes Rutenbar. It's a strike at the plate. Carter is thrown out at second. Great throw from Mater. One away. So after not stealing a base in the last game, they start the running game off, and Rutenbar CS one away. It's 0-1 now on Klepsch. Base is clear. Klepsch hitting .306. And the Foresters this week, perfect 3-0. The Blues, they are 2-2. Stars had an off day on Wednesday. Yesterday, playing against the Santa Maria Indians, won 14-2. And their first two games of the week were on the road at San Luis Obispo and then at Orange County. And the final two games of the regular season going on right now for the Foresters as the center field gate blew open as a result for this delay here. Let's take a look at the defense for the Blues. Brendan Comerford is at third. Diego Murillo is at short. Diego Gonzalez is at second. CJ Moran is at first. Miles Mater behind the plate. Nahar is in left. Chavez in center. Suzuki in right. Missing away at 89. 1-2. He went around. 2 down. On the pitch down and away from Cooper. Klepsch wasn't quite able to hold on to it. 2 down. 11 strikeout on the year for Cooper. Now through 9 1/3 innings pitched on the year. And he strikes out Klepsch. Now has to deal with one of the hottest batters in the entire league, Chris Newstrom. It's been incredible what Newstrom has been able to do really the past 2 weeks. Bats with 2 down, bases clear. Nice pickup by Comerford. And the long throw on target and retires a man hitting .456 this season. The Foresters had a leadoff single, and Cooper just has to face the minimum after one scoreless from Eddie Matthews Field.
Can you feel that? That little itch to get out of town? At Santa Barbara Airport, we feel it too. But when you're ready to trade the usual view for something new, don't drive to LA. Depart stress-free at SBA. With 26 daily nonstops to 13 destinations, we're one stop to anywhere in the world. Go ahead, scratch that travel itch. Just skip the hustle. Visit flysba.com and take off easy. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently.
For a full range of outpatient physical therapy services, go to Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy. Our experienced and compassionate therapists, Bill Oakley, Alan Edmondson, and Andy Eubank, will provide you with a custom rehab program. For sports injuries, spine care, post-surgical care, and more, you'll enjoy our state-of-the-art facilities and receive a comprehensive program catered to your greatest physical potential. Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy, where the Foresters go to heal. Visit altaortho.com.
Second inning scoreless. Johnny Rodriguez, Diego Murillo, Miles Mader for the Blues get their first look at Nick Weslowski. Remember, Weslowski started 2 meetings ago in Game 3 of the season series. That was on the road at Sinsheimer Park. 4 shutout innings for Weslowski. First pitch swinging. Sandusky knocks it down, but Rodriguez is aboard. The infield single starts the second, and the former Forester Rodriguez gets on in front of Murillo.
Now batting number 7, Diego Murillo.
So the 1 on, nobody out. Here's Murillo hitting .302 this season. Weslowski misses inside. Ball 1, and we said the first time that Nick took the hill in his Forester debut on the 11th. The last time that he pitched prior to that game, which was on July 11th, he was starting the final game of the collegiate season, starting for Oklahoma. And this past year with Oklahoma, 37 innings pitched, 3.65 ERA. Did not record the decision in the final game of the College World Series, but did start. If you're wondering, Rodriguez has not attempted a stolen base. Granted, he's a recent activation for the Blues. With Rodriguez now playing his 5th game, he has not even attempted stolen base on the year. That's into left, but straight at Klepsch, 1 away. And the batter is Miles Mader. With 1-on-1 down, and a chance today for the Blues to crawl themselves back a game closer to trying to level the season series. That's the best that they could do. This is the 5th meeting of the year, and right now the Foresters leading 3-1. And a chance for the Foresters to claim the season series with a victory this afternoon. Remember, the Foresters just playing 2 more games, including today, till their regular season ends. Sandusky gets underneath it. 2 down. And for the Blues, they will still have 1 full week until the CCL postseason, and the SLO Blues, the best team currently in the Northern Division, 27-12. .692 winning percentage, but all the teams trail the Foresters in terms of winning percentage at .823. Just 5 losses on the year for the Foresters. So at 2 down, here is Suzuki. Ball 1. Kosei hitting .267. Good pitch down and away from Weslowski. 1-1. Slow roller. Sandusky navigates Rodriguez, and Weslowski navigates a lead-off single. Works quick. Going to the bottom of the second. Forster's bat. Scoreless game. Santa Barbara Airport, 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta, Southwest, United. 13 nonstop destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Oakland, Phoenix, Portland, Sacramento, Salt Lake City, San Diego, San Francisco, and Seattle. With 26 daily departures, SBA's newest daily service to Chicago and San Diego. Ensure you can get all over the world. Just one easy connection. Skip the traffic and stress of driving to LA and enjoy a stress-free start to your trip by flying SBA. Learn more. Book your flight today at flysba.com. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently. Cole Chamberlain leads it off for the Forsters, then Easton Moomaw, Kurt Ippolito. If anyone gets on, it'll be Janusic. Scoreless game. Both teams have stranded a man, both of which were leadoff singles. The Forsters led off this ballgame with a single courtesy of Rutenbar, and then was erased, caught stealing, and that's up and away to Chamberlain at 90 miles an hour from Cooper. Ball one. So the Forsters have now won 5 straight. That does not include the draw that was in there against the Conejo Oaks, which reset their how many wins that they've collected in a row. As that's in a foul ground and out of play. And it's a ball and a strike now on Chamberlain. But the last loss for the Forsters was July 9th at Orange County, and since that point, they have picked up more and more wins down the stretch, and the Forsters, after tomorrow's game, will reset and head off to Wichita for the quest for number 11 NBC title. Their last title was in 2022, and that's right around the corner. And it's now 2-1 on Chamberlain, who is hitting .265, but slugging .653. Average of .265 and slugging .653, and man, with 5 home runs this year, it's been an unbelievable surge in recent weeks for 44. And gets ahead 3-1. And you know, the scouting report for any team playing the Forsters, they've got 44 circled. Got under this one. That's to the left side, and Comerford drifts to foul ground. And back into foul territory, he is dragged, makes the play, 1 away.
Now batting, brought to you by Strength Atlas. Number 3, Easton Moomaw.
So 1 down. The batter is Easton Moomaw. And actually, all 3 hitters scheduled are returning Forsters from years past. Chamberlain, Moomaw playing last year, and Ippolito, who is on deck, playing in the 2024 campaign, and a triumphant return this year. That's a nice pickup by Comerford, and the long throw on target, 2 down. So Moomaw goes after the first pitch and is retired 5-3. And the batter is Kurt Ippolito. Here's Murillo. And 15 pitches for Troy Cooper to record the first 6 outs after 2, scoreless from Eddie Matthews Field.
Can you feel that? That little itch to get out of town? At Santa Barbara Airport, we feel it too. But when you're ready to trade the usual view for something new, don't drive to LA. Depart stress-free at SBA. With 26 daily nonstops to 13 destinations, we're one stop to anywhere in the world. Go ahead, scratch that travel itch. Just skip the hustle. Visit flysba.com and take off easy. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently.
Foresters fans love to watch a winning team. Like the Foresters, Coastal Copy has also put together a winning team. For more than 50 years, the friendly folks at Coastal Copy have been your local source for copiers, printers, and equipment service for businesses of all sizes. Call them today at 800-995-8835 or visit coastalcopy.com. Coastal Copy is proud to be a sponsor of the Foresters radio family and of the Hugs for Cubs. Coastal Copy and the Foresters, second to none.
Third inning, Dom Nahar, Diego Gonzalez, Cesar Chavez, the 8-9 one-hitters for the Blues. In the last, Weslowski able to work around a leadoff single. Next 3 retired. And here comes pitch number 18 from the starting right-hander. So for both starting pitchers through 2 innings, Weslowski 17 pitches, Troy Cooper 15. For both right-handers to record the first 6 outs in this ball game. Both have already conceded a hit, and Weslowski falls behind 2-0. Nahar hitting .311. Gets underneath it. And Sandusky says he has it. 1 away. And Joe has actually been a part of the last 3 outs. A pop-up, ground out, and another pop-up. 3 straight for Sandusky over at second. So 1 down. Here is Diego Gonzalez at the 9 spot. And for the SLO Blues, they are 2-2 this week. And they're in the midst of a very long road trip. Past 3 games were up in Northern California. So after they lost to the Foresters by 1 run on Tuesday, up to the Bay Area, lost to the Alameda Merchants, played Walnut Creek, and then Menlo Park. Up in Palo Alto last night, and now down here in Santa Barbara, driving past San Luis Obispo. And playing the northernmost team out of the Southern Division, that is the Foresters, and it's now a 1-1 count on Gonzalez. And the last 2 games up in Northern California took down Walnut Creek 1-0. And then just last night in Palo Alto, beat the Menlo Park Legends 8-7. And they're playing a game here today and tomorrow in Santa Barbara until they get ready for their final week of the regular season. Remember, the Blues will still have a full week after this Sunday's game until the CCL postseason starts. Then at that point, the Foresters will be in Wichita. Here's the 1-2. Fastball misses upstairs, 2-2. Gonzalez Lifts the ball down the right field line. Ippolito into the corner, and it's off the wall. Gonzalez into second base, a one-out double. Not too far away from his second home run of the year. First man in scoring position for either side. And the batter, Cesar Chavez, back to the top of the order. Called strike, 0-1. Weslowski got Chavez on the ground out to short his first time. With the Foresters in their last 10 games going 7-2-1. And the Blues in their last 10 going 4-6. And if you're wondering, that one at the end behind the two losses, a game that was suspended due to darkness against the Conejo Oaks. That was 8 days ago. Unable to finish that game. Foresters blew a lead late and then were able to tie it in the 9th. Could not play the 10th. That's to center. Janusik just has to backpedal. 2 down. Gonzalez advances on the flyout. 2 down. Gonzalez over to third, and C.J. Moran. Ground out 3-1 in the first. Can he bring home the first run of this game? He checked it. Ball 1. Moran has brought home 22 this year. Out of anyone in the lineup, that is third most. Remember, the Blues have played 7 more games than the Foresters. That's a fly ball to right, and Ippolito drifts, handles out number 3, and Weslowski works around the double. Bottom of the third, Foresters bat. Janusik coming up in a scoreless game.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Bottom of the order for the Foresters, Janusik, Becker, Sandusky. Scoreless game, and the bottom 3 get their first look at Cooper. Janusik has been so good holding down center field all year long. Sees a fastball at 90 down and away. Ball 1. Janusik, Becker, and then Sandusky. Anyone gets on top of the order with Rutenbar. That's to the left side and a base hit. Janusik looking to stretch it. Going to be close. Safe. And Janusik into second. And Dean Traynor out of the third base dugout. Having an immediate word with the third base umpire. And Janusik, we've seen him on the bases being so aggressive. And by the way, he's 13 for 13. Stolen bases on attempts. And able to stretch it for a double. So an RBI chance now for Becker. The Forsters have their first man in scoring position. Upstairs at 90. I told you at the start of this inning, both starting pitchers after 2. Cooper had 15 pitchers. Weslowski had 17. Very efficient through the first 2 for both right-handers. There goes Janusik on his horse, and stolen base number 14 for Brady. He's 14 for 14 on the year. And the Blues are bringing the infield in. That's the line straight to right, sends Suzuki back. He can't make the play. And it's over the fence, an automatic double for Becker, and the Stars lead 1-0. Ball bounces over the fence. And back-to-back doubles start the third for SB. So the aggressive base running pays off, and Becker takes it the other way to get on in front of Joe Sandusky, 1-0 Foresters. It's a good one by Sandusky. Play from Cooper, and the throw gets away. Sandusky to second, and the Foresters lead 2-0. Joe's thinking the third. Over to third base. Got him, but the Foresters lead 2-0. So one down base is clear in a 2-0 game, and the batter is Rutenbar. Big hopper to Gonzalez, and the bunny hop got him, and Rutenbar is going to try to get to second, and he's into second safely. A nasty hop in front of Gonzalez, and Rutenbar is now 2 for 2.
Now batting for the Foresters, brought to you by Rick Wilson, number 4, Addison.
So here's Klepsch. That's in there from Cooper. And by the way, it went down as a single for Joe Sandusky. He advanced to second on the E1, and that E1 scored Becker. And Rutenbar, they'll go down as a double on that ball bunny hopping Gonzalez. And here's a fly ball to right, well hit. That ball is caught right in front of the wall by Suzuki. A hard collision into the fence. And allowed second out, over to third goes Rutenbar. It's been an interesting inning to say the least. Swinging early in counts, and the Foresters have scratched in 2 runs. There's a discussion at the third base dugout about whether Rutenbar left early on the flyout. We'll just recap this inning for you while our crew discusses and making sure Rutenbar did not leave early. So it went really a single for Janusik that he was able to stretch to a double on a ball that was hit in a shallow center field. Stole third base, was brought home on the automatic double by Zane Becker, who bunny hopped the right field fence. And then Becker was brought home after Sandusky put the ball in play, went down as a single. Then the errant throw from Cooper allowed Becker to come to the plate. Sandusky was erased at third base. It went down 3-5 on the putout for out number 1. Then Carter Rutenbar has an infield, a ground ball in the infield, I should say a chopper. Completely bounces over the head of Gonzalez. He had no play. It goes down as a double. Klepsch the loud fly out in the right. Advances Rutenbar over to third. Our crew confirms he did not leave early. So after all that, the batter is Newstrom with 2 runs in for the Foresters. Ball 1. Left side base hit. And Newstrom adds to the Foresters' lead. It's 3-0. Fifth hit of the inning for the Sturs. One on, 2 downs. Now Cole Chamberlain. Newstrom's on the move already. No throw down, and Newstrom swipes second. And by the way, that RBI by Newstrom was his 22nd of the year. That leads the entire team. And now an RBI chance for the DH. Just got back safely. And in this game, the Foresters have stolen 2 bases and have already been thrown out. And it was the last meeting that the Foresters did not steal a base against the Blues and didn't even attempt to run up at Sinsheimer Park. Yet they've already ran 3 times in this game. And it's 2-0 on the DH Chamberlain. Chamberlain popped up to third his first time. That's when he led off in the second. And such an interesting third inning. Swinging away early in counts. Funky hops, aggressive base running, and it's 3-0. High strike at 90 from Cooper. Again, Cooper's a guy entering this out in 8 2/3 pitched. 1 earned run on 5 hits. There have been 5 hits in this inning alone. Two on, 2 down in the inning. First walk given up by Troy Cooper.
Number 3, Easton Muma.
And by the way, of the 3 runs in, 2 earned on the right-hander's line. And Easton Muma coming up, 8th batter of this inning for the Foresters, leading 3-0. And Troy Cooper couldn't do any wrong the first 2. 15 pitches in the first 2 innings. And in this inning, he's at 15 pitches alone. Still, even that number is kind of crazy to think about. It's the 8th batter, and it's only been 8 pitches, but Forster swinging away early in counts, and as a result, 3 runs in, 2 down with 2 on for Easton Muma. That's on the outside corner at 90, strike 1. Cooper got Muma on a ground out to third, his first time. That's right back to the hill, and the inning is over. But Santa Barbara strike first, 3 runs on 5 hits after 3. Sturs on top.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
For a full range of outpatient physical therapy services, go to Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy. Our experienced and compassionate therapists, Bill Oakley, Alan Edmondson, and Andy Eubank, will provide you with a custom rehab program. For sports injuries, spine care, post-surgical care, and more, you'll enjoy our state-of-the-art facilities and receive a comprehensive program catered to your greatest physical potential. Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy, where the Foresters go to heal. Visit altaortho.com.
Nick Weslowski back to work. 4th inning, Foresters lead 3-0 over the Blues. Comerford, Rodriguez, Murillo, the scheduled hitters, 3, 4, 5. Strike 1. Comerford struck out his first time. 1 strikeout thus far for both starting right-handers. And Weslowski, that was pitch number 30 on his outing, now 3+. That's backing out of play. Strike 2. Forster's an opportunity to win the season series this year. We'll get into what happened last year after this next pitch. Last year, the Blues and the Forsters met 7 times. This year, they meet 6 times, and the Forsters won that season series 4-3. That's after the Blues won the first 2 meetings, and the Forsters able to grind themselves back into it and have the final laugh over their rivals when it was all said and done. That was down, ball 1. Now 2-2 with Comerford fouling off 4 pitches here in the fourth. Leading off this inning with Rodriguez and Murillo to follow. Then we get on, it'll be Mater. 2-2. Stays alive again. Make it 5. Fouled off by Brendan Comerford. And have any plate appearance by the Blues thus far. Most frustrating for Weslowski, who's been pretty much cruising. Same thing was said for Troy Cooper until he ran into 3 runs and 5 hits in the last inning. He was cruising through 2. It was 0-2. It's now 3-2. This will be the 9th pitch, the plate appearance. In the air to short right, Ippolito moves in. Took 9 pitches, but 1 down in the 4th.
Now batting for the Blues, number 50, Johnny Rodriguez.
So here comes Johnny Rodriguez. And when we were last in San Luis Obispo, when Rodriguez was just playing one of his early games with the team, just his second game, that was on the 14th, we told you Rodriguez, well, he's familiar with this area. Played with the Foresters on a daily basis in 2024. Actually even joined the team in Wichita last year after the regular season ended, playing with the OC Riptide. And helps the Foresters in Wichita. And that's a towering fly ball to center. Sends Janusic back. He's got enough room. And allowed second out for Rodriguez, who singled his first time. And allowed fly out for the second out in the inning. So 2 out, and it's Diego Murillo in a 3-0 ball game. Good pitch from Weslowski. Strike 1. And we said it earlier, and we touched on it a lot in his first start, in his debut with the Foresters. Just a week ago when the Foresters won 10-2 on the 11th. That was the first appearance for Nick since the College World Series when he started the final game, winner-take-all game against North Carolina. And gets ahead 0-2 on Diego Murillo, who lined out to left his first time. And a strikeout ends the inning. The second for Weslowski. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 4th. Rolls in with the Foresters on top by 3.
Can you feel that? That little itch to get out of town? At Santa Barbara Airport, we feel it too. But when you're ready to trade the usual view for something new, don't drive to LA. Depart stress-free at SBA. With 26 daily nonstops to 13 destinations, we're one stop to anywhere in the world. Go ahead, scratch that travel itch. Just skip the hustle. Visit flysva.com and take off easy. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently.
I'm in the fourth. Ippolito lines one to center, and that's straight at Chavez. One pitch for Troy Cooper, and he records out number one in the bottom of the fourth. So how does Troy Cooper regroup after a 3-run, 5-hit inning by the Foresters in the last? Was totally cruising and in command until this man stretched a single for a double, and that opened up the scoring gates for the Foresters in the last. Janicic goes after the first pitch, strike one. Quickly in the hole, 0-2. After Janicic is Zane Becker. Foresters lead 3-0. One and two. That's on the outside corner, 2 down. Second strikeout for Troy Cooper.
Doug Scott of the Allison Company. Number 17, Zane Becker.
So a 2-out, here's Becker. At a rule book double, his first time in the right. For an RBI, came in to score. Ball one. And for the Foresters, playing game 33, the regular season schedule here this afternoon. They'll play their final game tomorrow, then off to Wichita on the quest for an 11th NBC title. And for the SLO Blues, they'll still have 1 full week left of the CCL season until they begin their quest for a CCL title. 2 top teams. Blues lead the North, the Stars lead the South. And Becker now gets ahead 3-0. After him is Joe Sandusky. Cooper gets himself back in the count. Another fastball still holding steady at 90 from the right-hander. That's in the air to right. Suzuki over towards the line, makes the play, and a 3-up, 3-down fourth for Troy Cooper. This game's headed to the fifth. Sturs on top by 3. Santa Barbara Airport with 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta, Southwest, United. 13 nonstop destinations out of SBA, including Chicago, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Oakland, Phoenix, Portland, Sacramento, Salt Lake City, San Diego, San Francisco, and Seattle. 26 daily departures out of SBA, Santa Barbara Airport's newest daily service to Chicago and San Diego, ensure you can get all over the world. Just one easy connection. Skip the traffic and stress of driving to LA and enjoy a stress-free start to your trip by flying SBA. Learn more. Book your flight today at flysba.com. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently. On to the fifth inning. This fifth inning brought to us by our friends at Finney's Craft House. Finney's has 2 locations in Santa Barbara, 1 on Lower State Street and 1 in Goleta. Finney's is a great place to gather before or after any Foresters game. Finney's Craft House. Top 5, 3-0 Foresters lead. Mater, Suzuki, Nahar, 6, 7, and 8 for the Blues. Blues have been held to 2 base runners in this game by Nick Weslowski. Leadoff single by Rodriguez in the second, and then a 1-out double by Diego Gonzalez in the third. Other than that, everyone else has been retired by Weslowski. And pitch number 43 misses inside, ball 1. That's hard hit down the line. Mater into second base, and a leadoff double starts the fifth for the Blues.
Now batting for the Blues, number 16, Kosei Suzuki.
So the third hit of the ball game for the Blues. When you look back earlier, Gonzalez doubled with 1 out, was stranded at third base. Weslowski now having to work around the double and has to face now Kosei Suzuki. Got him on a ground out to Joe Sandusky his first time. A high strike. 0-1. Kosei hitting .267 entering this game has brought home 9. As number 10 sitting out at second. The corner's watching for the bunt. Now with 2 strikes on Suzuki. Play at second. Mater's able to slide back in for Kosei Suzuki. But Dom Nahar and Diego Gonzalez. Gonzalez has already doubled. Coming up behind Kosei. trying to get the Blues on the board in the Finneys' 5th inning. That's straight to Easton Mumaw. Holds the runner, and the throw gets away from Rutenbar. And time being called. And they're going to give Suzuki second. That ball going into the dugout. And as a result, Mater comes in to score. So Suzuki gets down to second on the two-base error. Mater scores on the error. And it's now Dom Nahar in a 3-1 ball game. Here's Rutenbar, doesn't have a play. And runners on the corners. And Nahar just had enough room to wiggle around the attempted tag attempt by Rutenbar. And by the way, Suzuki, who's now over to third, and went down as an E3, rather an E5. And the two-base error scoring the first run of this inning. Still nobody out. And it goes down as a single for Dom Nahar. And this is feeling similar to the third inning in which the Forsters were at the plate. The first 4 reached for the Sturs. That's when they pushed in 3 runs on 5 hits. And for Weslowski, now sitting at 49 pitches. And an unearned run has scored. First run that's actually come around this season on Weslowski's watch, granted unearned. Runners on the corners, nobody out. And the man who doubled his first time gets his second look at Weslowski. Runners on the move. Becker doesn't throw it down. And it was a late strike call on Gonzalez, 0-1. So the stolen base gets rid of the force out. Strike 2. Weslowski having to dig deep now. Tying run in scoring position for the Blues. That's a base hit. One's in. Here comes another. Throw down to second. Not in time, and this game is tied. Gonzalez is 2 for 2. 3-3 in the 5th. And now it's really starting to feel like that third inning for the Forsters. The first 4 all reached in that third inning for the Forsters, in which they pushed in 3. Same thing can be said here for the Blues. Still nobody out. It's the top of the order with Chavez. Ball 1. It has gone double, 2-base error, infield single double. Last fastball at 91, 2-0. Ball 3. Chavez 0 for 2. Grounded out and has flown out in this game. And a 4-pitch walk to Chavez. Puts 2 on, nobody out.
Now batting number 24, CJ Moran.
And Joey Wittig up in the pen throwing for the Forsters. Wittig worked 2 days ago in Orange County. Just need 8 pitches to record 3 outs, and he's up. First man up in the bullpen for the Forsters. 2 on, nobody out. 3 runs in for the Blues. Off of the barrel of Moran. Mumma doesn't have a play, and the bunt single loads him up. And Wittig, who probably started throwing just about 2 minutes ago, as they're trying to slow down this game. The batter will be Brendan Comerford. 6 have come up, 6 have reached for the SLO Blues. With 3 runs in, and the bases loaded, can Weslowski find a ground ball? Comerford 0 for 2. Ball 1. Went right after him with the heater at 91, strike 1. Comerford's last time is that 9-pitch battle leading off the last inning. Ended up flying out to right. The lead runner is Diego Gonzalez. Two and 1. That's into foul ground and back out of play. Two and 2. The Forsters pushed in 3 runs on 5 hits in the third. And right now the Blues have 3 runs in on 4 hits. This could be a massive pitch right here from Weslowski. The count's full. Nowhere to put him. The 3-2 to Comerford. Is a fly ball to right center. Janusik over. Secures out number 1. And it'll go down as a sac fly for Comerford. And the Blues lead for the first time today. They lead 4-3. Chavez over to third. Runners on the corners, 1 down. And the batter is Johnny Rodriguez. One for 2 day for the DH. Gets underneath it. And a foul ground. Rutenbar doesn't have a play as that Kangaroos off the concrete beyond the first base dugout. Strike 1. And after Weslowski, just 42 pitches to get through 4. 2 scattered hits. 4 runs in. With just 2 of them being earned. Here's the 0-1. Runners on the move, strike two. After Rodriguez would be Diego Murillo. And by the way, Rodriguez is the 8th man to stand in this inning for the Blues. And a San Luis Obispo team that averages 6.5 runs a game. Right now they've got 4 in the 5th. In terms of running, Moran at first, 3 for 6. Stolen bases on attempts. Here's the 0-2. To the right side, and that's a base hit. The Blues tack on the RBI by Rodriguez. First to third, Moran. And the ball gets away. Down to second goes Rodriguez. And it's a 5-3 lead for the Blues. So the RBI by Rodriguez makes it a 5-3 ball game. And here's the 9th man to dig in for the Blues. Diego Murillo. That's upstairs, ball 1. That was the 5th hit of the inning for the Blues off the bat of Rodriguez. And it goes down as a single and then advancing on the throw into the infield. Down to second. No error on the play. Here's a 1-1. Ball 2. And the man who started this inning is now on deck. Two and two. That spray on top of the Forster dugout remains 2 and 2. And by the way, there was a change on that play from Rodriguez. The base hit in the right. It goes down as an E9 to advance him an extra base. Here's the 2-2. Full count. All 8 runs have just been scored in 2 half innings. Forster's doing their damage, 3 runs on 5 hits in the 3rd. And the Blues still looking for more. Murillo pops one up in the foul ground, and that's out of play. First base open. We have seen Joey Wittig warming up in the pen. Depending on this next pitch. Likely depends if Weslowski stays in this game. Murillo takes a walk. And that loads him up. And the Blues have batted around, and here comes Bill Pintard. Nick Weslowski in his 2nd start for the Forsters this season. Was cruising through 4, and then the Blues have pushed in 5 runs here in the 5th. And that's going to be it. Weslowski ends up going 4 1/3. Miles Mader coming up, and Joey Wittig coming in for the Forsters. Blues on top 5-3 over SB.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
For a full range of outpatient physical therapy services, go to Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy. Our experienced and compassionate therapists, Bill Oakley, Alan Edmondson, and Andy Eubank, will provide you with a custom rehab program. For sports injuries, spine care, post-surgical care, and more, you'll enjoy our state-of-the-art facilities and receive a comprehensive program catered to your greatest physical potential. Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy, where the Foresters go to heal. Visit altaortho.com.
Joey Wittig takes over for the Foresters. Bases loaded, just a single out. 5 runs in for the Blues. They have batted around Miles Mader, who started off this inning with a double. Came in to score on an E5. Digs in for the second time this inning. Joey Wittig called upon to put out this fire. It's a 5-3 ball game for Wittig. 10th time he takes the hill this season. He's got a 3-0 record. Every game for Wittig has been in relief. 2.13 ERA on 12 2/3 innings pitched. Mader takes a strike at 91. Five hits, 2 walks in this inning for the Blues. And 2 strikes now on Mader, as that's fouled off of Zane Becker. For Weslowski, he ends up going 4 1/3, 7 hits, responsible for the runners on base. Walks 2, strikes out 2 on 74 pitches. And Mader with the double in this inning, along with a pop-up. He's 1 for 2. Has to shorten up. Ball 1. In this 5th game of the year, Foresters leading the season series 3-1. Mader chops 1 foul. Do it again. in an inning where it took the Forsters 7 batters to find their first out. Looking for the second out here in the 5th. Here's the 1-2 from Wittig. Struck him out, throw down to first in the dirt. Handled by Rutenbar. 2 down. Great thought from Becker. And the batter's now Kosei Suzuki, and he was the guy that reached on an E5. It was a 2-base error, and that opened up the scoring gates. With the first run scoring on the error, and Suzuki got into second. Bases loaded, 2 down. Good pitch from Wittig, just upstairs at 91. Ball 1. So Suzuki is 0 for 2. That error came in to score, and then he's also a ground out to second. One and one. Back into the fence, strike 2. One, 2 to Suzuki. Ball 2. And the count is full. Wittig struck out the first man he faced, called upon with the bases loaded, 1 out. And they're going to get a head start. 2 out, bases loaded. Suzuki just got a piece of it. Do it again. Fouled off. This will be pitch number 13 from Wittig in relief in this inning. Mader and Suzuki, the 2 men that he has faced, have been pesky at the plate, fighting off pitches. Wittig ends up getting Mader on a strikeout. Another pitch fouled off. Five pitches have been fouled off by Suzuki. And pitch number 9 in this plate appearance here from Joey Wittig. Bases loaded, 2 down. It's another 3-2. That's up the middle. Newstrom. Double pump, and the throw gets away. 1 run is in. Here comes 2. And the Blues have put up 7 in this inning, and the inning continues. It looked like Newstrom didn't have a clean transition to that throwing arm. Kind of double pumped. The throw came in shallow. It's 7-3. And the manager for the Blues asking to get the crew together, say if that ball bounced into the dugout. And would be the second two-base error of the inning. It is the second error, the first of which led off this inning. Well, it was the second man was actually Suzuki, who's done it again. He was the man that put the ball in play with one on, nobody out earlier in this inning. It was a two-base error. It was an E5. But an inning that has spiraled for the Foresters. 7 runs for the Blues. You haven't seen an inning like this all year for Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara have the best team ERA. Actually, well, both teams go 1-2 in terms of staff ERA. But regardless, 2-out error continues the inning. Just a matter of where Suzuki is. They're going to give him second. It goes into the dugout and another two-base error. And that's the second time. And now a warning being dealt towards the Blues dugout. But the second time this inning that Suzuki has a two-base error. Picked up an E5 his first time, and another stern warning to the Blues dugout. And the warning was given, and now more discussion right in front of the third base dugout. A couple warnings being issued to specific players. And the inning continues. This is the 12th man to dig in this inning. Nahar has already singled, stole a base, scored in this frame. Second and third, 2 out, and a 7-run inning for the Blues. Hits him on the back. That loads him up.
Now batting for the Blues, number 10, Diego Gonzalez.
So they're loaded up. And the batter is now Diego Gonzalez, who, by the way, is 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. To the right side, foul. We don't have inning by time, but this one, the Foresters couldn't buy the first out, and they can't buy this third out. Two-base errors. They're loaded up again. Here's the 0-1. That is foul. Strike 2. And it was interesting for Troy Cooper when he had that inning where the Foresters brought in 3 runs on 5 hits. He had only 15 pitches through the first 2 innings. He was totally cruising. Same thing to be said for Weslowski and Joey Wittig, doing his best to limit the damage. Got the strikeout, then the error, the hit batsman. Couple of warnings to the dugout. And this game, we're only in the top of the 5th, and they're playing again tomorrow. Here's the 0-2. That's over to Rutenbar. Has to backpedal. Tough play. Wittig is there. And the inning is over. But after all of that, 12 men come around for the Blues. They put up 7. Bottom of the 5th. Foresters look to regroup. Blues on top, 7-3. Well, a couple of things to recap. First and foremost, there is a pitching change. Carson Boyer, the left-hander, now takes over. See Dean Trainer having a conversation with our plate umpire. Joe Sandusky, Carter Rutenbar, Addison Klepsch due up, 9-1-2. And some good thinking behind us. The men sitting to my right, going back in the stream. It was a 32-minute top of the fifth inning. By time, 32 minutes, the Blues were at the plate, pushing in 7 runs. After trailing the inning 3-0, they put up a 7 spot. And it's just a matter of the Foresters. How do they bounce back? How do they get themselves settled and back into this game? That's a first pitch strike at 88 from Boyer, 0-1. Sandusky singled his first time, and he was part of the scoring back in that third inning when there were 4 straight hits for the Foresters. And Sandusky's in the hole, 0-2. And by the way, the top of the fifth goes down to 7 runs on 5 hits. There were 3 errors, 2 of which counted for 2 bases. There's also an error in the outfield, which advanced a runner. Another 0-2. For Carson Boyer, 11th time he takes the hill this year. He's got a 2-1 record, 15 and a third innings pitch, also 3 saves. So he's been in the action. He's had a couple of games in his control, a couple of save situations, and he has strikeout number 1. 1 down. And we will say in the last half inning, with the warnings being dealt to the dugout, men getting hit, you could feel the tension ratcheting up halfway through this game. And again, the 2 teams playing tomorrow. That's down the line in right, and Rutenbar is on. And by the way, Rutenbar is now 3 for 3.
Now batting, brought to you by Doug Scott of the Allison Company. Number 4.
So Rutenbar goes after the first pitch, and he's on for the 3rd time today. And the batter is now Addison Klepsch. In a 7-3 game, 1 on, 1 out. That runs away from the left-hander. Good grab by Mater. Ball 1. We haven't touched on it, but we will here shortly. This is also the BMW Santa Barbara Hugs for Cubs Day, and everything that the Hugs for Cubs means for the Foresters. We haven't touched on it really at all this year, but at the end of this inning, we'll get into it. Right now, the Foresters trying to stabilize themselves. It is just a 4-run game. After a top of the 5th, that lasted 32 minutes by time. And that's into the backstop. Rutenbar down to second. After Klepsch will be Chris Newstrom with 1 on, 1 out. And this is a SLO Blues team that is coming off a massive road trip. Well, they're still in the middle of their road trip, but after a massive road trip up north all the way in the Bay Area, where they were in Palo Alto last night at Menlo Park, won 8-7. The night before, they won 1-0 against Walnut Creek. They bust open this game 7-3. That's in there on Klepsch, 2-1. Such a lengthy road trip for the Blues, and they've got some of the toughest scheduling, being the farthest team south in the Northern Division, having to go all the way up to Northern California frequently. Also traveling farther south. Here's a big hopper, gonna be tough. That ball's knocked down, but Klepsch brings home the 4th run of the game for the Sturs. It's 7-4. Back-to-back hits for the Sturs. Klepsch on the RBI makes it a 7-4 ball game. And that's exactly what the Foresters needed to do. After bleeding 7 runs, back-to-back hits, and they make it a 3-run game. Still just in the bottom of the 5th. Strike 1. Newstrom today's 1 for 2. Single his last time for an RBI, stole the base, and is grounded out to third. And by the way, Troy Cooper ends up going 4 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, walked 1, struck out 2. Exits the game with his team leading 7-3. In line for the victory here this afternoon. But the Sturs have gotten 1 back. 1-2, played down to first as Klepsch has gone 7 for 9 on stolen bases on attempts this season. That's going to hit Chris. And Newstrom is on for the 2nd time. Good to see him get back to his feet. As he labors down to first, puts 2 on with 1 down for the DH Cole Chamberlain. And Boyer was brought into this inning clean. Went strikeout, single hit batsman. And that brings a tying run to the plate, and it is, you do have to say tying run with Chamberlain at the plate, who is slugging .653. He walked his last time, popped up his first time, and 5 home runs this season for Chamberlain. And it was a slow start to the summer for Cole. But really at the turn of the month, things started to heat up, and multi-home run game earlier this year against the MLB Academy Barons. And you look back to just July 2nd, he had 4 home runs, 5 batted in. And he's now got 4 with 15 batted in the span of essentially a little over 2 weeks. So it has been a monster 2 weeks for 44. Same thing with Newstrom. We've touched that at length with how his numbers, in terms of average, also his power numbers going up. He was just hit by the pitch, but it has been exceptional what Newstrom and Chamberlain have been able to do. That's upstairs, ball 1. And they're at 88, 1-1. After Chamberlain is Mumau. The lead runner is Klepsch. Both can run. That's into right field. Suzuki moves over, handles out number 2. 2 out. So after 3 straight reaching the flyout, and it's now the third baseman. Got another pair of times today. Remember, at the end of this half inning, we'll give you the whole rundown, the Hugs for Cubs, and what today means for the Foresters on BMW Santa Barbara Hugs for Cubs Day. But it's a 7-4 game, 2 on, 2 down. Strike 1, and that's fouled off a Mater. And Easton, in terms of the season, a nice recent pickup for the Foresters. It's pretty much been exclusively at third base all season long, even though in yesterday's game against the Indians started at second. Primarily at the hot corner and kind of just stapling himself in the lineup day in and day out over at third. Sometimes we've seen Joe Sandusky over, along with Josh Woodworth at third base. But again, for the Foresters, after today's game, they'll have one more and then off to the state of Kansas for the NBC tournament. And still having to wait to see when the schedule is released and when the Foresters will be playing and who they will be playing. At this time, we still do not know the opponents and when the Stars will be playing. Hopefully we have a little bit more clarity in tomorrow's game with the NBC starting next Thursday. Here's a 1-1. Strike 2. Here's the 1-2 from Boyer. That's down 2-2. Sidney has gone strikeout, single hit batsman fly out. Full count. They're going to get a head start if the inning continues. It'll be Ippolito. And right after the Blues just put up 7 runs, the Foresters got one tying run at the plate with Ippolito next. That loads him up. First walk handed out by Boyer. And the base is filled with Foresters tying run on base. And again, right after the Foresters just conceded 7 runs on 5 hits, had 3 errors defensively, and this Foresters team, actually the same thing can be said about the Blues, 2 teams that are some of the better teams in the CCL taking care of the baseball. They've gotten 1 in, and it's now Ippolito tying run on base. That's in there at 88, strike 1. Ippolito quickly in the hole, 0-2. Could this be the juncture of the ball game? Right after conceding 7 runs, tying run on base here in the Finneys' 5th inning. Ball 1. Ippolito today 0 for 2. Line out to center and then also a ground out to short his first time. That's a great effort from Mater. Saves a run, 2-2. Two, and a strikeout ends the inning. The Foresters leave them loaded, but they do plate 1 after 5. Blues on top 7-4, and as promised, today is the BMW Santa Barbara Hugs for Cubs Day, and we haven't talked about the Hugs for Cubs yet this season, but what it means is really Foresters baseball synonymous with Hugs for Cubs. And if you ask what is the Hugs for Cubs, well, it's a program where a new family every year that has a young person or really any person struggling with cancer or any serious illness is found, and with the help of the local cottage hospital, that young person is welcomed in as the Hugs for Cubs kid, or as this year, the Hugs for Cubs person. And that person has their initials on the game caps that the Foresters wear. Their names gets put on the hat and just takes part of summer activities. And even though 1 or 2 Cubs usually singled out every year, the program includes dozens of families every year. So it's one of the great things that the Foresters do without being an exceptional summer baseball team of taking care of local kids in the area and families dealing with really just horrible illnesses, especially that's targeted to younger kids. But this year, the Hugs for Cubs person is Christy Lash, and Christy was the athletic trainer intern with the Foresters back in 1996. That's when Christy first came to the Foresters and then became certified as an athletic trainer and worked with the Foresters for 10 more summers after she started with as an intern in 96. And then she actually moved to nursing in 2017 and worked with the local cottage hospital, who's partnered really with the Foresters and Hugs for Cubs for helping out all the kids dealing with those serious illnesses. And then Christy in 2025 diagnosed with a serious form of breast cancer and has been undergoing treatment since. And the Foresters selecting Christy as their Hugs for Cubs person this year, taking care of their own, and all the Foresters rooting for Christy in her continued battle with that serious disease. And we saw her honored and brought in a BMW before first pitch. We're not live at that time, but BMW drove on the field. The whole team was behind her, and Christy Lash, the intern and then trainer for 10 years, the Hugs for Cubs person this year, and that was just great to see. One of the fantastic traditions with the Foresters, and we'll get into more of the history of how it started as this game progresses later. But meanwhile, we're in the 6th, 7-4 ball game. Joey Wittig back to work. That's the top of the order. Cesar Chavez, Moran, Comerford. That's off to the right now to play 1-1. Chavez, he's 0 for 2. Walked his last time on 4 pitches, came in to score. That was against Nick Weslowski. Ball 2. So we told you in the last half inning that the top of the 5th was 32 minutes. In total, the 5th inning was 49 minutes. A 49-minute 5th inning, which included 8 runs. Here's the 2-1. 2-2. Chavez reaches for it. Gonna be tough. Wittig, the twirling throw gets away. And Chavez is aboard. And they got him. Went around the line. And Sandusky has the wherewithal to put on the tag after it was brought back in play. And Chavez is retired. And it's going to go down as a single and then 9-4. So Chavez puts it in play. Wittig, the spinning throw, which looked like it was going to be possibly an error, but goes down as a single and then retired at 9-4 after crossing the line. And it has been a wild ride past couple of innings. So with one out, it's C.J. Moran, bases clear. Ball one. Let's not forget what happened in the third inning. The Foresters swinging away early in counts. Went double, double, single, double, fly out, RBI, walk, and aggressive base running as well. That's a good pitch from Wittig on the outside corner, 1-1. In this 7-4 game, in the top of the sixth. By the way, Moran 1 for 3 in this game. He has scored. And a majority of the team came in to score in the last inning. And 13 players came to bat in the last for the Blues. That's off to the left and out of play, 2-2. And Wittig called upon in this ball game after Weslowski. Again, he only had 42 pitches after 4. Just 2 scattered hits, and then the Blues barreling up a couple balls, capitalizing on 3 errors, and 7 runs later, they're on top. 2-2. Full count. The Blues top of the Northern Division. The Stars top of the Southern Division. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Struck him out. 2 down. So a single, the 9-4 put out and a strikeout. It's Brendan Comerford. It was 0 for 2. A sac fly in the last inning. Goes after the first pitch, strike 1. And in this game, the Foresters have an opportunity to win the season series. Game number 5 out of 6. Tomorrow will be the 6th and final game for the Foresters this year. Blues trying to scratch their way back into it and have a chance tomorrow to try to split the season series. That's chopped outside third by Comerford. Strike 2. Comerford strikes out and the inning is over. Wittig just has to face the minimum with some heads-up defense, works around the leadoff single, and strikes out a pair. And now we'll continue our talk about the Hugs for Cubs. So, again, the Hugs for Cubs person this year, Christy Lash, a trainer who interned in '96, became a full-fledged athletic trainer and was worked with the Foresters for 10 more summers, and just last year diagnosed with a serious form of breast cancer, and she is the Hugs for Cubs person this year. And if you ask yourself, well, how did the Hugs for Cubs begin, and why is it so synonymous with Foresters baseball? Well, it was started with Bill Pintard's late son, Eric, and if you teleport yourself back to 1993, Bill Pintard just started working with the Foresters as the pitching coach. He took over as the manager in 95, but Eric was in his early 20s and was diagnosed with terminal cancer growth along his spine and was given just months to live. In a remarkable 11-year battle with cancer and an incredible inspiration to everyone, Eric then moved on in early 2004, but along that 11 years when he battled that horrible cancer along his spine, when you go back to 1994, actually at the NBC tournament, early in Eric's battle with cancer, the Sturs put EP on their caps, and that's actually, of course, we said in the last half inning, that's what the Foresters do every year for their Hugs for Cubs kid or person. They put their initials on the back of their caps, and that's where it started in that 1994 NBC tournament. And then a year later in 95, the team said, hey, Eric, let's do it again, continuing to fight for cancer. And what Eric said, he said, no, others need more support than I do, and that's really how it all started. The fight and battle for Eric Pintard and saying, no, other people need more help than I do, and that's why the Hugs for Cubs were started by Eric and Bill in the middle of the 1990s, and it has stuck ever since. The Foresters continue to go to local hospitals and help all those families that are involved with Hugs for Cubs, and just a great organization that helps out in their local community and taking care of one of their own this year, Christy Lash, who is the Hugs for Cubs person this year. So we're in the bottom of the sixth. 7-4 ball game, bottom three, Janusik, Becker, Sandusky. Ball one. Carson Boyer remains in this ball game. And it's 2-0 on Janusik, who doubled his first time. Was able to stretch it for a double, stole a base and came in to score. And he was the one that kicked off the scoring in that big third inning for the Foresters. Good pitch from Boyer, 2-1. Reaching for it into right. And the inning starts with a single. Janusik now 2 for 3.
Now batting, brought to you by Rick Wilson. Number 17, Zane Becker.
So 1 on, nobody out. And the batter is Zane Becker. Would not be surprised to see Janusik run. And he's 14 for 14. Watch, he'll get thrown out at second now that I say that, but the Foresters have been so aggressive all year long. We touched on it. 123 stolen bases on the season, leading the league. And the Foresters have swiped 2 bases so far today. They have also been caught once. Janusik left early. And right on cue, he's thrown out. And that's on me, Brady, my bad. 1 out. So Janusik caught stealing for the first time this year. And it's 2-0 on Becker. After Becker is Joe Sandusky. Strike 1. And this is a Foresters team having won 5 straight games. Last loss on July 9th. That's in the left field. And back-to-back singles in the 6th. And Becker's now 2 for 3. So 1 on, 1 out. After Janusic was CS caught stealing. It's Joe Sandusky. Joe Cade his last time singled, his first time was a part of the scoring, which kept the line moving in the 3rd. I missed away from Boyer, ball 1. In a game that was very efficient by 2 starting pitchers. You had the anomaly in the 3rd for the Foresters, which slowed down the day for Troy Cooper. Weslowski was so good. And then the 7-run inning, 5 hits, 3 errors. And then that 5th inning, things grinded to a halt. A 49-minute 5th inning. Back-to-back singles. With 1 down in the 6th, Sandusky had 2-0. That's a towering fly ball at center. Easy for Chavez. 2 out. And it's back to the top with Carter Rutenbar.
Now batting, brought to you by Santa Barbara BMW. Number 8, Carter Rutenbar.
1 on, 2 out. And Rutenbar is 3 for 3. And we've been talking so much about Newsham and Chamberlain, what they've done in recent weeks. Well, you cannot discount the man at the plate. Well, really, the entire Forester offense has just kind of continued to heat up in terms of hitting for power. It's been distributed really well. Of course, Chamberlain headlining that with the 5 home runs. The Foresters now have 20 this year. But not only at the plate defensively for Rutenbar, been behind the plate. He's been at first, been in the outfield too. We've told you earlier this year, but how good he was in his freshman year with Arkansas. Played 51 games, had 38 starts, and nearly 150 ABs. As Boyer gets himself back in the counts, 2-1. Here's a fly ball to center as Chavez to his left retires the side, and Rutenbar for the first time this game retired. The Foresters back-to-back singles, but come up empty. This game's on to the 7th. Blues on top, 7-4.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
For a full range of outpatient physical therapy services, go to Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy. Our experienced and compassionate therapists, Bill Oakley, Alan Edmondson, and Andy Eubank, will provide you with a custom rehab program. For sports injuries, spine care, post-surgical care, and more, you'll enjoy our state-of-the-art facilities and receive a comprehensive program catered to your greatest physical potential. Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy, where the Foresters go to heal. Visit altaortho.com.
Seventh inning, Blues lead 7-4. Rodriguez, Murillo, Mater due up for the Blues. The middle three. The San Luis Obispo team get themselves back in this series and have an opportunity tomorrow to try to split the season series against the Sturs. Rodriguez working on a 2-for-3 day against his former team. Played with the Sturs in 2024. Also came into Wichita last year. That was hard hit to Earl Carruthers, staying right outside the first base dugout, nearly hit someone's 1-1. There's a missile. By the way, Luke Cornelison is currently warming for the Forsters. Wittig has been in this game since the 5th. Here's the 1-1 to Rodriguez. Foul tip, strike 2. This is a slow Blues team. We already touched on it. But such a long road trip, grueling really. All the way up north, playing 3 games, then passing home. Continuing down the 101, coming down to Santa Barbara. Playing a pair of games down here. Brutal travel. And it remains 1-2 on Rodriguez. Infield single his first time and his last time a base hit to right for an RBI. Came in to score. He actually played at the 7th run of the 5th inning. One, 2 from Wittig. 2-2. And a strikeout starts the 7th, 1 away.
Strikeout is brought to you by Lee and Sons, Plumbing and Heating. Now batting for the Blues, number 7, Diego.
4th strikeout by Joey Wittig. That is the 6th by Forster pitching, and 3 straight, by the way, for Wittig. Cade Moran and Comerford to end the 6th. And it's now Diego Murillo. Bases clear, 1 down. Ball 1. Murillo walked his last time. He's 0 for 2. And the bases were loaded with already 7 runs in the last, I should say in the 5th inning. Murillo was the lead man and was stranded at 3rd. That's down 2-0. And with Cornelison pitching, I should say warming up, probably have to imagine Forsters want to get Wittig through 7 and then have Cornelison in the 8th to start a clean inning. By the way, in the bottom of the 7th, collection news from Chamberlain. Hard the order for the Forsters. If anyone gets on Mumma. But right now it's 2-0 on Murillo. Ball 3. That's in there, strike 1. And at 90 from Wittig. Here's the 3-1. That's over the hill. Tough play. Newstrom gets his man. 2 out.
Now batting number 48, Miles Mater.
So a 2 down. Batter is Miles Mater. Catcher tonight for the Blues. He was the man that led off that massive 5th inning, started with a double, came in to score on an error. Batted twice in the 5th, struck out his 2nd time. It was actually the first man that Wittig faced. So Mater gets his second look at Wittig. Ball 1. Here's a 2-0 to Mater. Ball 3. So Wittig falls behind for the second straight batter, 3-0. End up getting Murillo on the ground out. Has to battle back here with Mater taken in for the 4th time this game. That's in there. So Wittig gets himself back in the count. In this 7-4 ball game, if you're just tuning in, you missed a lot. The Forsters, 3 runs on 5 hits in the 3rd. A 7-run 5th inning for the Blues. And the Forsters did get one back in the bottom of the 5th. And so Wittig grinds himself back into it. 3-0, it's now 3-2. And that 5th inning, the top of the 5th, by time was 32 minutes. The 5th inning as a whole was 49 minutes. Payoff pitch. Do it again. And these are the 2 top teams in the entire league. The Forsters, an .823 winning percentage, leading the South. Leading the North, the Blues at .692. Blues, I say winning percentage because the Blues have played 7 more games, not exactly an apples to apples comparison. 3-2. And the inning continues.
Now batting number 16, Kosei Suzuki.
So the 1 on 2 down, the batter's Kosei Suzuki. And he's had a big role in this ball game. As that ball's down the line, Suzuki has his first hit. And 2 now in scoring position with 2 out in the 7th. And to finish that thought on Kosei, well, he came up to the plate twice in the 5th. Put the ball in play on 2 occasions, and both times got to second on a pair of 2-base errors. Helped continue the inning. He came in to score once, was stranded at second his second time that he stood in, and now has a double. So it's been a big day. It won't go down as a big day unless something changes late in terms of his stat lines. 1 for 4 now, but putting the ball in play, resulting in 2 massive errors that resulted in 4 bases with just him alone. Part of the reason why 7 runs came in the 5th, and the Blues an opportunity to talk on with Dom Nahar. Nahar's 1 for 2. Stolen the base, scored. He's also been hit by a pitch. So 2 down. Strike 1 on Nahar. Here's the 0-1. A high strike. Good pitch from Wittig. Nothing in 2. With 2 in scoring position. The 0-2. That's down, ball 1. So he's going to strike out, ground out, walk, double. One good pitch from Wittig to put up the 0. Nahar takes a ball upstairs, 2-2. Cornelison still tossing down that right field bullpen for the Sturs. Wittig had to get ready in a hurry when he came in. 2-2. To the left side, Newstrom. And the inning is over. Wittig works around a walk and a double with 2 down. Bottom of the 7th rolls in. Forster's bat, trailing by 3.
Can you feel that? That little itch to get out of town? At Santa Barbara Airport, we feel it too. But when you're ready to trade the usual view for something new, don't drive to LA. Depart stress-free at SBA. With 26 daily nonstops to 13 destinations, we're one stop to anywhere in the world. Go ahead, scratch that travel itch. Just skip the hustle. Visit flysba.com and take off easy. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently.
Seven 4 ball game. Bottom of the 7th we go. Klepsch, Newsham, Chamberlain. 2, 3, and 4 get their first look at the new arm for the Blues. Chance Jasso takes over. Jasso, one of the top arms out of this bullpen for the SLO Blues. He has 13 appearances, 15 and 2/3 innings pitched, a sub-1 ERA. He's got 4 saves. We'll see how long they ride him here, bringing him in the 7th. High and tight, that's going to hit him. And Klepsch is on to start the 7th.
Ouch, that looks like it hurt. This hit by a pitch brought to you by AltaOrthopedics.com. Got hurt? Call them.
And just to finish up the season synopsis on Jasso, he's just given up a single earned run. Just 2 runs have come around on his watch in 15 and 2/3. He's walked 8, struck out 20, and just hit a batter for the 2nd time all season. And Klepsch is on in front of Newstrom. He was 1 for 2. That's down ball 1. Carson Boyer ends up going 2 in this game for the Blues. It's now the right-handed arm that's been used all season long in high leverage spots with 4 saves. Sparkling ERA. And it's now 1-1 on Newstrom. That's sprayed foul, strike 2. And with 7 runs on the board for the Blues, of those 7 runs, just 3 of them being earned. In that 5th inning, when all 7 runs came in, there were 3 errors. So Wittig does not have any runs charged to him. Just of those 7 runs, 3 of them earned on Weslowski's line. And there's a strikeout, 1 away. And in terms of Blues pitching, 3 runs, 2 of which earned. I had that backwards. But 4 runs have come in, 3 of which earned. There have been 2 walks. Well, with 1 on, 1 out, here's Chamberlain. 0 for 2, walked in the 3rd. Was stranded at first. That's into the backstop. Down to second goes Klepsch. Goes down as a pass ball to get Addy into scoring position and an RBI chance for Chamberlain. I told you earlier how his numbers this month have just exploded in terms of power, also bringing home runs. 15 batted in this year for Chamberlain. Here's Gonzalez. 2 out. Over to third goes Klepsch, and the batter is Easton Mumma.
Number 3, Easton Mumma.
Mumma walked his last time. He's 0 for 2. Can the Foresters capitalize on their leadoff man getting on? That's upstairs, ball 1. In the 8th inning, the Blues have 9-1-2. Really up and down the lineup. After that 4th inning, the floodgates open. There's been production up and down the lineup today for the Blues. And Mumma gets head 2-0. Down to third base. They got him. Heck of a play, and Klepsch just caught flat-footed. So Jasso just has to face the minimum. Heads-up play, getting Klepsch over at third base for the 3rd out. And that's how the 7th comes to a close. Klepsch gets on, picked off a third base, on to the 8th, 7-4, Blues. Santa Barbara Airport, 5 airlines, American, Alaska, Delta, Southwest, United. 13 nonstop destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Oakland, Phoenix, Portland, Sacramento, Salt Lake City, San Diego, San Francisco, and Seattle. 26 daily departures out of SBA and Santa Barbara Airport's newest daily service to Chicago and San Diego. And sure you can get all over the world. Just one easy connection. Skip the traffic and the stress of driving to LA and enjoy a stress-free start to your trip by flying SBA. Learn more. Book your flight today. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently. Pitch and change for the Forsters. First pitch zipped in at 93 from Luke Cornelison. Diego Gonzalez, then Cesar Chavez, C.J. Moran, and Getsong Comerford. And the Blues face Cornelison last time that the two teams met on the 14th. Cornelison was nails in that game. Was called upon for the final 7 outs. Came in with the bases loaded, 2 out. Struck out the man he faced, which actually was Johnny Rodriguez. Struck out the first 4 in order. Gets ahead 0-2 on Gonzalez. Ball 1. And the job for Cornelison, likely to put up a pair of zeros as he's entering in this 8th inning, one of the top arms for the Forsters this year. 1-2. Got him, 1 away. And by the way, in those 7 outs for Cornelison, did not allow a run, just a single hit, no walks, and 4 strikeouts in that last outing for Cornelison. That was on 31 pitches a couple days back. That's the top of the order. That's ball 1. Cesar Chavez, 1 for 3 in this game, walked in the 4th. Came in to score. That's located 1-1 for Luke Cornelison. Well, when you look at what he's done, of course he is a two-way player, but 8th time he takes the hill. And that save a couple days back was actually his first of the year. 13 2/3, 5 walks, but get this, 27 strikeouts for Cornelison. It has been unbelievable how many Ks he has racked in left and right. I'll say that one more time. Now with the out being recorded, so updated with his first strikeout. 14 innings pitched for Cornelison, 5 walks to 27 strikeouts. Falls behind here, 3-1. Full count. Comes the 3-2. That's a walk. Chavez is on for the 3rd time today.
Now batting number 24, C.J. Moran.
It's 1-on-1 out, and the batter is C.J. Moran. Working on a 1-for-4 day. It's part of the scoring in the 5th. Had a bunt single. Came in to score. Just got back in time. Another heater at 92 from Cornelison. A SLO Blues team on the BMW Santa Barbara Hugs for Cubs Day, leading 7-3. A 7 spot in the 5th to gash open this game. They were trailing 3-0. Ended that half inning leading by 4. It's now 2-1. Breaking ball misses away, ball 3. And in case you're wondering, in the bottom of this inning, the Forsters have Muma, Ippolito, Janusic, 5-6-7. But Cornelison knows his duty and objective. Put up a 0 here and deal with the 9th later. Full count. In terms of running, Cesar Chavez, 17 for 18 on the base pass this year. Here's the 3-2. Struck him out, 2 out. Went right after him with the fastball at 93.
Now batting number 2 is Brendan Comerford.
Second K for Cornelison, 8th by Forster pitching. It's gone strikeout, walk, strikeout, and Brendan Comerford, the number 3 batter, 0 for 3, had a sac fly in the 5th. Goes after the first pitch, and that ball's through for a base hit. Newstrom nearly snared it over at short, but 2 on, 2 out in the 8th. And here is Johnny Rodriguez.
Now batting number 50.
Rodriguez working on a 2 for 4 day, an RBI and a run scored as well. The lead runner is Chavez. Can the Blues extend their lead? At one point it was 4. The Forsters did scratch one back in the 5th to make it a 7-4 ball game. That's dotted by Cornelison, strike 1. Throw down to first base, and they got him in a rundown. Great play by Becker, and they've now got Chavez in the rundown, and they got him. All by Zane Becker. Heads up play to laser it down to first, and the inning is over. A walk and a single. The Blues leave a couple. Bottom of the 8th. Muma, Ippolito, Janusic coming up for the Sturs.
For a full range of outpatient physical therapy services, go to Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy. Our experienced and compassionate therapists, Bill Oakley, Alan Edmondson, and Andy Eubank, will provide you with a custom rehab program. For sports injuries, spine care, post-surgical care, and more, you'll enjoy our state-of-the-art facilities and receive a comprehensive program catered to your greatest physical potential. Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy, where the Foresters go to heal. Visit altaortho.com.
Work to do for the Forsters in a 7-4 ball game. Muma, Ippolito, Janusic. Scheduled hitters, Chance Jasso back to work. Just had to face the minimum after Klepsch was picked off in the last for the final out. So here's Easton, who is standing in. And sprays off the first pitch, off to the left and out of play, strike one. There's a pinch hitter on deck for Ippolito. Caleb Hoover will hit out of the 6-hole. That's in the air to left, and here's Nahar for out number one. So hitting for Ippolito is Caleb Hoover.
Pitch hitting for the Foresters, number 14.
And for Hoover, hitting .350 this year,
Hoover.
slugging .525. Called upon off the bench here. So we're now past 7 o'clock local time. Thanks for sticking with us on the Forester Broadcast Network on a big day for the Foresters, for things that are going on off the field. I already told you, BMW, Southern and Barbara, Hugs for Cubs Day. What the Hugs for Cubs means for the Foresters. We went into all the history and discussed Christy Lash, the Hugs for Cubs person this year. Worked with the Foresters 10 years. In 2025, diagnosed with breast cancer, was honored prior to the start of this game. And the Hugs for Cubs person for this season. Ball and strike on Hoover with Janusic next. Breaking pitch misses away, ball two. The Foresters at home this year are 15-3-1. And both teams have done pretty well on the road as well. We'll give you those numbers in just a moment. That's in the foul ground and out of play. The Blues away from Sinsheimer Park, 11-4. The Stars away from Eddie Matthews Field, 11-2. So some solid numbers away from the home parks for both of these clubs. Of course, the Foresters will need to get acclimatized to the weather over in Wichita. Hot, humid, and games at every part of the day. Here comes the 3-2 to the pinch hitter. And Hoover walks with one out in the 8th. It's a good plate appearance by 14. And he's on in front of Janusic, who's 2 for 3. And you see in first base, Hoover exiting the bag, pinch runner. So a pinch hit walk for Hoover and Donovan LaSalle. Takes over for Hoover, pinch running. And will likely be a straight change now in a right field after Hoover brought in for Ippolito at the 6-hole. So job well done by Hoover working a walk. You got the wheels now of LaSalle. And it's Janusic at the plate. And that throw gets away down the line, and LaSalle to second. And he's thinking third. And a two-base error puts LaSalle over to third. That is the third two-base error we've seen in this game. 2 have been committed by the Foresters. First now committed by the Blues. With 1 out, man at third. Here's a 1-0. Two and two. After the walk to Hoover, Chance Jasso Gets ahead 1-2. And that's a fly ball. Gonzalez drifts back from second, not deep enough. 2 out. So Janusik unable to bring home LaSalle with a sac fly. 2 out. And it's the catcher, Becker. Zane also working on a 2-for-3 day. Automatic double his first time for an RBI scored. Singled his last time in the 6th. And the implications of this inning, that's a great pitch by Jasso. It's a 2-run deficit entering the bottom of the 9th. Feels a whole lot manageable compared to 2 down. Rather, 3 down. Back-to-back breaking pitches, nothing in 2. Just misses away, ball 1. The walk by Hoover. LaSalle pinch running over to third on the error. And Becker strikes out. Chance Jasso works around the walk and the error. Donovan LaSalle stranded at third base. This game is headed to the 9th. Blues and Forsters playing their 5th game of the season. Blues by 3.
Can you feel that? That little itch to get out of town? At Santa Barbara Airport, we feel it too. But when you're ready to trade the usual view for something new, don't drive to LA. Depart stress-free at SBA. With 26 daily nonstops to 13 destinations, we're one stop to anywhere in the world. Go ahead, scratch that travel itch. Just skip the hustle. Visit flysba.com and take off easy. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently.
Ninth inning. Ball 1 up and away to Johnny Rodriguez. Murillo, Mater, the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the SLO Blues in this 7-4 ball game. A couple of changes, actually a number of changes defensively for the Forsters. We'll give you in just a moment. Joe Sandusky started at second base. He's now at short. Addison Klepsch is now at second. And he started in the outfield. That is Klepsch. And Makani Nabarro takes over in his spot. So Makani's now in left, and Donovan LaSalle remains in this game after he pinch ran for Hoover. He is in right. There's just a lot of shifting defensively. The only quote-unquote change is Newstrom is out and Nabarro's batting out the 3-hole. And Makani will be coming up. It will be in the hole to start the next inning. Here's a 1-2. And he checked it. 2-2. And the objective for Cornelison, who's been in this game since the last. A 0 here. Keep it a 3-run game. The Forsters have pushed in a number of runs in the 9th inning, or even in the 10th this season. 2-2. Rodriguez 2 for 4. And a massive 3-2 pitch right here from Cornelison. Pop up. And Muma navigates into foul territory. He's got it. And a foul out starts the 9th.
Now batting number 7, Diego Murillo.
So 1 down, base is clear, and it's the number 5 man, Diego Murillo. That's into the gap in left center field. And Murillo has his first hit of the game. Held for a single. Great play by Navarro, or is either Janusik, to get that ball back into the infield. And Murillo, he's now 1 for 4. By the way, I said Navarro will be in the hole to start the bottom of the 9th. Misspoke. He will be 4th batter scheduled for the Forsters. There'll be Sandusky, Rutenbar, Klepsch. And then Navarro, if anyone gets on in the bottom of the 9th. Just a matter of what the deficit will be. 1 on, 1 out. And Miles Mader, who is 1 for 3 in this game. He walked his last time. First pitch misses, down, ball 1. That is down the line, and a fair ball into the corner. Murillo first to third, down to second goes Mader, and 2 in scoring position. A massive double by Mader, his 2nd of the day.
Now batting number
So no force out at second,
Suzuki.
and the Forsters bring in the infield. Attempting to keep it a 3-run game. Going to be a tall order now for Cornelison. Dealing with Kosei Suzuki, who has been massive in this game. Even though he's 1 for 4. Put the ball in play twice in the exact same inning. Produced 2 errors. Takes a fastball at 92 in at the knees. 0-1. On the breaking ball, outside third, strike 2. After Suzuki, be Dom Nahar. Suzuki lines 1 into left center field. And the Blues add on. The 2-run single by Suzuki. And it's 9-4.
Now batting number
3 straight hits in the 9th for the Blues. And I'll say it one more time for Suzuki and what he's done in this game. Induced 2 errors in the same inning, both which went for 2 bases. So essentially 4 free bases in the same inning for Suzuki. Doubled his last time and now a 2-run single for a guy batting out of the 7-hole. A massive day to open up this game once more. That will make things extremely difficult for the Forsters now in the last of this inning. And a ball and a strike on Dom Nahar. Nahar is 1 for 3. Stole a base, scored a run. He's also been hit by a pitch. A low strike. 1-2. Runners on the move. It's a ball at the plate. Down to second goes Suzuki. Stolen base number 3 for Suzuki on the year. With that ball in the dirt, Nahar, chance to bring in third run of this inning. Full count. After Nahar's Diego Gonzalez, who's 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. 3-2. To the right side. Klepsch now at second. He is safe. And runners on the corners. And Nahar electing to slide in to first base. And he's got his second infield hit of the ball game. 4 straight hits for the Blues. Remember, they saw Cornelison, who recorded the final 7 outs on the 14th, just 4 days back. Cornelison brought in the 8th. 2 runs in, 2 on, just a single out. Strike 1. That's in at 91, strike 2 on Gonzalez, who his first time doubled down the right field line. Grounded back out to the hill. Doubled again in the right. Came in to score. He's actually the first man that faced Cornelison in the 8th when he led off. Struck out then. The runner's on the move, and that's to the backstop. And the Blues now lead 10-4. A 3-run 9th. After it was 7-4, here comes Bill Pintard. There's an easy up, slightly impeding our way, but believe it's Carter Spites warming up for the Forsters. Slightly obstructing the view with the setting Santa Barbara sky coming up on 7:30 local time. In a game in which the Forsters struck first, 3 runs on 5 hits in the 3rd, then the Blues gashed open this game, putting in 7 runs in the 5th on 5 hits, capitalizing on 3 errors. Forsters got one back in the 5th. And then 3 runs now here in the 9th. The San Luis Obispo Blues. The wild pitch scores the 3rd run of the inning. And Gonzalez behind the count 1-2. Gonzalez strikes out, 2 out. Back to the top of the order. And Chavez digs in for the 6th time this ball game. Last 3 times he's reached safely. He's 1 for 3, walked his last time. 2 down, 3 in, and 1 on. A low strike at 91 from Cornelison. 0-1. Bottom of the inning, Forsters have Sandusky, Rutenbar, Klepsch. Then Nabarro would be coming up if anyone gets on. That's going to hit him on a breaking pitch. But 2 on, 2 out.
Ouch, that looks like it hurt. This hit by a pitch brought to you by AltaOrthopedics.com. Got hurt? Call them.
So with the hit batsman, here's C.J. Moran. 1 for 5 day, scored in the 5th. That's off the end of the bat, cuts into foul ground, and strike 1. And regardless of what the final score is in this one, 2 teams will play tomorrow, and that first pitch will be at 2 o'clock Pacific time. Final game of the regular season for the Forsters before they're off to Wichita. Back-to-back heaters from Cornelison. Strike 2. And a strikeout ends the inning. But 3 tacked on for the Blues. They've got some insurance. It was 7-4. It's now 10-4. On to the last of the 9th. Sandusky leads it off when we return.
Foresters fans love to watch a winning team. Like the Foresters, Coastal Copy has also put together a winning team. For more than 50 years, the friendly folks at Coastal Copy have been your local source for copiers, printers, and equipment service for businesses of all sizes. Call them today at 800-995-8835 or visit coastalcopy.com. Coastal Copy is proud to be a sponsor of the Foresters radio family and of the Hugs for Cubs. Coastal Copy and the Foresters, second to none.
Chance Jasso for the Slow Blues, 3 outs away from a 3-inning save. Has to navigate 9-1-2 for the Foresters in a 10-4 ball game. Joe Sandusky leads it off for the Foresters. He's working on a 1 for 3 day. But those 3 runs and then top of this inning killing the Foresters in terms of just, you get a man on, maybe back-to-back hits. You got the time running at the plate, especially with the big bats coming up. You do get a couple of base runners. Down by 3, honestly, realistically manageable with the likes of Chamberlain and Klepsch coming up. And that's a single to start off the 9th. Things could quickly spiral if it was just a 3-run advantage, but it's going to take a lot for the Foresters here, trailing by 6. But we have seen the Foresters against top opponents scoring bunches in the 10th. Against Orange County 2 nights back. Put up 5 in the 10th. That was one of the biggest nights for the Foresters. Also put up 6 against the Blues in the 8th inning on the 11th. So the Foresters, no strangers to putting up big numbers. As Rubenbar falls back the first pitch. Strike 1. That's in the left center field cutting. Chavez has a long run, and he got it. What a play by Chavez, one away. Just barely got the leather to it. Fantastic play by the center fielder, one away.
Brought to you by Mesa Cafe. Number 4, Addison Fletch.
One on, one out. The batter is Klepsch. He's reached his last 2 times. He's 1 for 3 today. That's to the right side in the second hit of the inning for the Foresters. 2 on, 1 out. Now the pinch hitter, Makani Nabarro, entered defensively for Newstrom. He's lifted for the pinch hitter, Nick Salmon. And how critical those extra runs are right now for the Blues. You'd have the tying run at the plate, but instead, it's a 6-run game.
Pinch hitting for the Foresters is number 15, Nick Salmon.
Salmon this year hitting .309. He's torched 4 homers. He's brought home 14. I've touched at length about Newstrom and Chamberlain, what they've done in recent weeks. Same thing with Salmon. He's been fantastic. Strike 1. Spun out of the way, but that ball's into the backstop. And a free base for the Sturs. Sandusky over to third, down to second. Klepsch. Gets rid of the forced out at second. That's ball 2. Two one to the pinch hitter is down and away. Ball 3. Wyland Nelson is standing on deck. He will hit for Cole Chamberlain. And a towering fly ball into right. And Nick Salmon has his another home run. Forster saying not so fast. And the pinch hit homer by Salmon.
Home run. That home run by Nick Salmon is brought to you by Santa Barbara Airport. With flights to a dozen cities, you can reach just about anywhere and always come back home to Santa Barbara.
Dean Trainer having a word with the plate umpires. Chance Jasso has recorded one out here in the ninth. It's all of a sudden a 3-run game. And you see Wyland Nelson. He will hit for Cole Chamberlain. And that's going to be it for Chance Jasso. The home run by Nick Salmon. And a pitching change in the ninth. It's 10-7. New arm coming in. Wyland Nelson coming up.
Can you feel that? That little itch to get out of town? At Santa Barbara Airport, we feel it too. But when you're ready to trade the usual view for something new, don't drive to LA. Depart stress-free at SBA. With 26 daily nonstops to 13 destinations, we're one stop to anywhere in the world. Go ahead, scratch that travel itch. Just skip the hustle. Visit flysba.com and take off easy. Santa Barbara Airport. Depart differently.
Couple of changes now. Brendan Comerford, who was at third base, is now on the hill. Brady Alves is now at second. That slides Diego Gonzalez over to third. And a 3-run game, and the batter is Wyland Nelson. A high strike at 88 from Comerford. Nelson hitting for Chamberlain after the pinch hit home run by Nick Salmon to make it a 3-run ball game. And you go back to the importance of those runs by the Blues in the ninth. I should say just the top half of this inning. If it wasn't for those, this game would be tied. And it's 2-1. Easton Mumau stands on deck. Two and two. So Brendan Comerford called upon from third base. 2-2. And Comerford on the year, just the 5th time he takes the hill. He has 2 saves. Looking for 2 outs. He's pitched 5 innings so far, 1 earned run on 4 hits. No walks and 5 strikeouts for Comerford. To the right side. Here's Moran, flips, 2 out. And the Foresters down to their final out.
Top batting, brought to you by Pacific Press. Number 3, Easton Mumau.
So here's Mumau. He's 0 for 3. He walked in the 5th. Comerford looking for one more out, and the Blues in their second game against the Foresters this year. It's off to the left now to play. The Stars enter this game leading the season series 3-1. Had an opportunity today to win the season series. Tomorrow will be the final game of the regular season for SB. And they're down to their final strike. Another 0-2 pitch from Comerford. Here's a shot into right center field. And this game continues. Muma, the 2-out single. So Muma gets on, and the batter is Donovan LaSalle. He came in a pinch run for Hoover in the last, took over in right field.
Number 1, Donovan LaSalle.
So 1 on, 2 down. Could the Foresters somehow find a way to bring the tying run to the plate? It's Brady Janusik on deck. Comerford opens him up with a strike at the knees. That's in the air to right center field. Chavez has a long run. He can't get there. Mumaz coming to the plate. And he is safe. And LaSalle keeps the ball game alive, bringing the tying run to the plate. LaSalle's had a huge impact in his limited plate appearances this year.
Number 9, Brady.
And all of a sudden, tying run at the plate. Upstairs, ball 1. Foresters entered this inning trailing 10-4. And it's now 10-8. 1-1. Janusik is 2 for 4 today. Foresters down to their final strike. Since Comerford took over, 3-1 ground out, the single by Muma, and the RBI by Donovan LaSalle. And a 2-run game in the 9th. That is in the left field, but straight at Nahar, and the ball game is over. The Foresters rally, but come up 2 runs short. Behind the pinch hit home run of Nick Salmon, the Foresters get the tying run to the plate, but come up 2 runs short. And the final in this one, 10-8 Blues. And these two teams will play once again tomorrow. It's going to be the final game of the regular season for the Foresters. And on the BMW Santa Barbara Hugs for Cubs Day, the Blues win this game 10-8 in a game that had a little bit of everything. Foresters struck first. The Blues come from behind, putting up 7 runs in the 5th. They put up 3 more in the 9th to make it a 10-4 game. The Foresters rally, pushing in 4, but come up 2 runs short. What a game from Santa Barbara. We got one more headed your way before the regular season ends, and the Foresters are off to Wichita. For the entire staff, for Bill Pintard, for the entire team, my name is Hunter Schumink. We appreciate you joining us and sticking with us. Blues win this game 10-8. We'll see you tomorrow. First pitch is at 2 o'clock local time. Looking forward to it. We'll see you then.